gonna be one of those videos where I look like a rock star. Although I don't know if I've ever had a video where I look like a rock star. Recently when I was scrolling through Twitter, I started noticing like this common thread that I feel like everyone was talking about that day, and I related like so much with it, and so I thought, let's talk about rejection. If you're a writer, rejection is something that is literally just a part of writing, and it sucks so bad, but I feel like it's part of your labor of love. That's what my agent told me recently. And every writer, no matter where they are at their stage in their career, they're gonna face rejection. So as I was scrolling through Twitter and like thinking about this, I got 2 giant packages in the mail, and those consisted of all of these arcs of Zenith. No! They're fine, I swear. It's fine. Even though I have this gorgeous advanced copy in my hands, like tons of them, so much that they just fell all over me. And the book comes out in January, and like, I'm so excited about it. Like, Sasha and I are ready to go promote, and like, it's awesome. It's very exciting. But even though this box of arcs came in the mail, plus Japanese editions of The Death Code, which is book 2 of the Murder Complex, these also came in. Like, really great mail day, am I right? So even with all of this like evidence of a success, like finally a success came and it's just sitting around me, staring me in the face, I was still stuck thinking about rejection and how sometimes I just feel like I'm not good enough to succeed. And I know that if you're a writer, basically if you're just a human, you will totally understand that, because rejection is not fun, but we all go through it. So I thought while I was signing all these arcs of Zenith, Sasha has already signed them, now I go through and sign as well, I thought I would tell you guys about all of the rejections that I got. Because if we're being honest here, and I promised I would always be honest on this channel, I've been rejected so many times in my career that I can't count them. Just kidding, it's been about 142 times. So if you guys have been following like my publishing journey for a while, you know that I started in this business when I was like 19 years old. I remember being so excited because I had just finished reading Divergent and then rereading all of the Hunger Games books, and I was so hyped up because I had just written a dystopian. Not only was it dystopian, but in my mind it was like the dystopian, like the one that was going to change the world. Like this starry-eyed teenager who just wanted to get a book deal, see my book on shelves. I was so ready for it to happen. I was ready to like hit the New York Times list and see a film of my book be made. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll buy, you know, like a season pass to my theme park based on my book, because that'll happen. I tweeted about this the other day, about how I got 120 rejections from agents for my very first book. But I was so sure that like I would send it out to agents, and the very first agent that read it would see what I saw in this story, and they would be like, I have to represent this book. And then I started sending out query letters, and I got a lot of really painful rejection letters. And I started noticing after like 50 or 60 had come in that there was like a very common thread that was happening in these rejection letters. It was the fact that no one wanted another dystopian, because that's kind of all there was in the market at that point in time. I remember I was like young, I opened up this email, it was another response from an agent, and I was like, okay, this could be the one. And when I opened it up, it said, Dear Catherine. I don't know if any of you noticed, but my name is definitely not Catherine. Lindsay coming. Lindsay. Oh, I need to paint my nails again, I'm sorry. Despite like all the 70-something rejections that I had had leading up to the Dear Catherine, those didn't really sting. Like, they stung, but it wasn't that bad. But in that moment, as I opened up that response and I realized the fact that they didn't even take a chance to see what my name was and like fix the copy and paste error from the previous rejection letter. Poor Catherine, I'm so sorry, I'm right there with you. That's the moment when rejection hit me so hard. And I'm talking like it was like a punch to the face, Because here you are, like, as an author, and not only that, like, I was still a teenager, and I had this massive dream that people were always saying, like, that's for grown-ups, Lindsay, that's for older people that have been, you know, they've gone to college and they've, like, worked really hard and learned things about life, which, by the way, I don't agree with. You can write a book at any age, at any stage in life. But that was a moment when I realized that publishing can be really soul-sucking. It can be, like, heart-destroying. And then after that, it just got worse. It started this spiral where I continued sending out query letters, and then I continued to get rejections, and time again, I started to feel like my dream wasn't worth it. Or I started to feel like I wasn't worth it, like I wasn't good enough. Not my book, but me as a human being, like I was not worth it. And so this is what I want to warn you about. What I really want to, like, get across in today's message about rejection is that if you're in the query letter trenches, if you're hoping to get an agent, or if you're previously, like, you're already a published author and you're getting rejections, it's not personal. I have to say it again, it's not personal. I'm saying this to you, but I'm also saying it to myself, because I've been doing this since 2009. It's 2017, and I've only just now begun to realize how, like, self-destructive it is to allow your nose in publishing to enter your mind and twist the way you think about yourself and about your dreams and about your talents into something that's completely wrong. And that can have a really negative effect on your creativity. It can have a negative effect on your self-esteem. It can have a negative effect on a million different things. And I've experienced it firsthand. The happy side of that story of all the query letter rejections was eventually I realized that my book wasn't quite ready. And so luckily there were a lot of really kind writers and people that took a look at my work and said, look, go back to the drawing board. And eventually, finally, sent the book back out, and I did land an agent. And then we started getting rejections from publishers. Getting rejections from agents is terrible, but getting rejections from publishers when you have a manuscript that an agent has, like, edited with you and it's ready and you're like, yes, it's time to send it out, we're gonna get a book deal, and then you and your agent start getting rejected. That's not fun. It's not fun. And again, that little monster, that little whisper that comes up to you and says, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. It's not your book, it's you. They've looked at your social media, they think you're not cool enough, they think you're not marketable enough, you're not pretty enough to be an author. That's all crap. That's all just junk. It's noise, and you have to stop it, because I did it for so many years in my career, and it's enough. And if you're just starting out and you're doing it too, you have to quit, because it will destroy you from the inside out until you finally wake up and realize you're making yourself miserable. Yes, the rejections are terrible, they're not fun, but you have to change the way you look at them, and you have to figure out how you can make it better. I got rejected, but it means I wrote a book. It means I tried. It means I'm reaching for my dream. I'm stepping over hurdles. I'm getting a no, but I'm still gonna keep going. If the rejections continue to stack up and up and up, and it's so much that you feel like you just can't take it anymore, work on something new. Your dreams are always gonna be there. People at publishing, they change. Trends in publishing, they change as well. But your passion for writing, your passion for creating art likely won't change. If it does, if you feel like the rejections are making you less interested in working, you've got to find a way to shut that out and just have fun doing what you love again. We write for other people and we want other people to read those stories, but in that moment when we're creating them and it's just you and your characters and the world that you've made, that's all you. You did that, and no one can take that away from you. No rejection can tell you that you aren't good enough, that you're not a talented artist. Your characters aren't gonna hate you if you don't get $1 million book deal. You can be sad. Yeah, it sucks and it's hard not to reach those dreams, and it's okay to get discouraged, but don't allow yourself to be discouraged about yourself. Be discouraged about the work and about the writing. Allow yourself to kind of sink for a little while. That's okay, that's part of the process. But in the end, please don't do what I did. Don't start taking the rejections as a pass on you as a person. Instead, think of them as a chance to get better. Think of them as a chance to realize how bad you do want your dream, and then just keep reaching for it. Keep going, keep striving for your goals. Don't let the rejections get you down, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.